In which cases will humans prefer to have a human on the other side?
You go to the cafe and a robot will make your coffee and serve it for you. And if you want to pay the premium, you would get the personal service and just sit at the table and have a little conversation with a real human.
So when we talk about AI and robots taking jobs, what you're looking at is the labor supply side. You're saying, okay, well, if the machines can supply the work that a human would otherwise be doing, that's what we call labor substitution. So you're saying, okay, here's a whole bunch of work that needs to be done, but we're just not going to use a human to do it anymore, right? Like telephone operators. There is literally no workstation where a human can manually route all of the national phone calls. It's all completely automated away. But if that happens to all jobs, then you say, okay, well, let's flip the equation around. If we ignore the labor supply side, because chatbots are already higher, chatbots already have better emotional intelligence than doctors, better diagnostic outcomes than doctors. So what is the point of a doctor, right? Unless a human just prefers to talk to a doctor. So then you look at the labor demand side. They're saying, yes, I will pay extra so that I have a human concierge, at the hotel, or a human valet at the parking lot, or whatever. And certainly that is going to, those jobs are going to be durable, right? There's going to be, humans are humans, and forever more until we become cyborgs or whatever else, which that's, beyond the scope of my research right now. If we get to that point, I think we'll have entirely different conversations. But until then, we can look at, okay, in which cases are humans willing to pay extra for a human? Certainly like taking care of an infant, right? Your daycare might have robots to help, right, with cooking and cleaning and that sort of stuff. But you probably would probably feel really, really uncomfortable if it was a robot, changing diapers or providing emotional intelligence for, a crying child. So in that case, it's like, yeah, the daycare might employ some robots to help out, but you still really want a human there. Likewise, if you go to the local bakery, right, the baker might have robots helping in the back, but you want to talk to the human, right? You want to talk to the human every day. Judges, politicians, diplomats, relationship managers, coaches, those sorts of things, yoga instructors. There's all kinds of jobs where if you just start to think through it, like, yes, I want a human doing that job. In some cases, you'll say, I don't want a human doing that job, right? Like you call 911, you might want a machine that is going to know everything. It can multitask perfectly, and it can stay calm. Just as an example, right? You want that call when you call for emergency services. I don't know what it is in Cyprus, but in America it's 911. You call 911. You want it to pick up on the first ring, right? You want immediate help. Maybe machines are better for that. But then when the ambulance comes, do you want a human paramedic or do you want a robot paramedic, or maybe both? So those are the kinds of questions that we can ask. Right now, when you look at, okay, if you look across all the things that humans pay for right now, athletes and YouTubers and everything else, there are plenty of jobs where it's like, yes, we're going to have humans, right? Like there are faceless AI generated channels, but I think that a lot of humans just prefer humans, right? Like my videos do better when you can see my face, right? We are neurologically, evolutionarily wired to just prefer human bodies and human faces and human voices. So that gives us a moat. But is that going to be the basis of the entire economy moving forward? I personally don't think so. There's plenty of economists who do think that that's plenty, right? That human time and human emotion is the scarce resource, and so everyone's going to find a way to join the meaning economy and monetize their face and their voice and their physical presence. It remains to be seen. Time will tell.